And then after you take a couple of breaths, whenever you feel ready, we're going to transition to standing. So you can make whatever changes you need to make and come to standing on both feet. So just taking a moment. So today we'll sort of start the transition on the feet now that we've taken a few breaths. So as we begin, you can just bring the palms of the hands together. Take a moment, feel the connection between the feet and the floor. Just doing a little check for a moment. Feel like the feet can have a sensation of balanced weight on both feet. Notice the sensations through your body. Notice particularly if there's any places that might feel a little bit tight or restricted or even cold. So we're going to check back into those places at the end of practice. Noticing maybe the quality of your thoughts and emotions, so how the mind is behaving this evening. And then this opening invocation, we'll do a little bit differently today. We don't usually do it this way, but let's just open the arms out wide. And you can imagine here, we've done this in the live classroom, but now it takes on a different meaning. So you can imagine that with your right hand, you can reach out to everybody together here on the live call. And maybe even to those who have joined you in practice before, supported you in your yoga practice. And then the left hand, like a circle, brings that energy through your community and back to you. So with the right hand you give and the left hand receiving. And maybe see if you can imagine a sense of balance. So giving and also receiving. Becoming part of the environment and the connection of people. And so that's really the meaning behind this mantra. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Punaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinam Vatitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Pause a moment. Let the arms rest. And then we're just going to start by warming up the neck, the shoulders. So keeping the chest uplifted the whole time. Take the fingertips to the sternum. And then keep the chest lifted, shoulders back, but just drop the chin down as if you're trying to look at the fingertips. With each breath in, we're going to open the arms, lift the chin, open the throat. Exhale, bring the fingertips back, head drops. Inhale, open. Exhale, look down. Elbows stay high, moving forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward. And then take a few breaths, continue moving, but find the rhythm of your own breath. So one inhale and one exhale with each movement. As much as possible, slow the breath. So as we inhale, opening the front side of the chest, the throat. As we exhale, bring the elbows forward, look down, opening the back here, the neck between the shoulder blades. So see if you can feel that difference between the movements, forward and back. And then maybe eventually stay here with the head looking down, fingertips to the sternum, elbows moving forward, as if you're trying to really make some space here between the shoulder blades, the neck. Breathing. And then inhale, we're going to open that. Stay here with the palms of the hands turned up. And so throughout this sequence, if anybody who's with us, just rest the arms as you need to. Otherwise, as you build up some strength and stamina through this sequence, it's easier to do this whole sequence while engaging the arms and using the upper body. So then check out the neck a little bit. Take it, look over to one side at one hand, the other side, and just noticing how the neck twists this evening. Keep the chest uplifted, hands a little lower than the shoulder joint. See if you can extend the arms out. And then choose one side, keep your gaze on that hand, and let the other hand turn so that the shoulder rotates forward, rotates back. So we want to notice here the connection between the neck and the shoulder as the arm rotates. Just noticing what feels interesting here. If there's a spot that feels really interesting or tight, something that makes you pay attention, maybe stay there a little bit, take a couple of breaths, and then when you're ready, we're going to switch to the other side. So turn the palm up, look at that hand, and then the other arm rotating clockwise, counterclockwise. Any point that feels interesting, maybe stay there a little longer and breathe. Notice if this side feels much different than the other side or if it's very similar. Then if you can, keep the arms up, otherwise take a little break. Let the shoulders rest. We don't want to create too much tension. But if it's comfortable to keep the arms up, then let's take both hands, lift the fingertips up, push the hands away. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Notice what you feel. Some people feel this more in the shoulders, some people all in the wrists and hands. So depending on what you do all day, you'll feel it. And then we're going to do a little movement here. So as you exhale, bring the shoulder blades together, together, together. Inhale, push the shoulder blades away from each other. Exhale, shoulder blades together. Inhale, extend them apart. Just a few breaths. The fingertips keep moving towards your body the whole time. Palms of the hand pressing, really waking up through the whole arm. One or two more breaths if you can. And when you complete, we're just going to shake it out. Let the arms come down. So Olga's been doing this now since the beginning of the shutdown time. So we're getting a little stronger in the arms and shoulders. It becomes a bit easier. So let's just twist a little bit. So twisting from the feet, from the hips, let the arms just swing. And then take a moment and just stand in a neutral position. And just notice what you feel, shoulders, neck. Okay. So depending on what's going on, this week, several people have had some issues with the neck that have been in my online classes. So we want to wake up and stimulate and create some energy, but we don't want to create irritation. So see what you feel. And then we'll extend this to the rest of the body. So we'll start to wake up a little more. So let's start. Feel the left and right side. Notice if one side feels a little more stiff or tight, maybe sore. And we're going to start with that side. If the two sides feel the same, just choose one. So we're just gonna simply inhale, reach up, reach up, reach up. As if there's like an accordion here on the side. So you're creating space between the ribs on one side, space between the ribs and the pelvis. And then with each exhale, we're gonna come down and this releases. So the center of the body stays in the center. Inhale, reach, 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 reach. So we're not doing a side bend yet, but we're extending through the center of the body. Inhale, up. Good, down. To help this feeling of the center, you might want to keep the hand on the belly or on the heart. Good, let's do one more time. Good, and just to really feel the lengthening, the stretching here, let's reach, 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 and stay here. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Imagining trying to get something off a high shelf. Good. Each inhale, you can just reach it. Notice how your back, shoulders respond to this. So if we have a little tightness in the back, be gentle. And then eventually take the hand down, both hands release, pause, feel. And then we'll do the second side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Reach up. And back down. Two more times. Reach up. Like an accordion, opening, opening on one side. One more time. Down. Good. And then one more time, let's stay here. Really reach up, find that top shelf. Each inhale, lifting, lifting, lifting. Foot stays rooted in the floor. Two more breaths. Notice the back and how it responds. And release. Good, so we'll bring both sides together, just feel a moment. So we're really kind of moving the attention to this area with these movements. So the class is called Yoga for Breath, and it's really about supporting and opening and strengthening all of these muscles in the lower ribs that help support the diaphragm, big muscle of movement and breath. So now bringing it together, inhale up. Exhale down. Let's bring the head into this too. Inhale, lift the chin a little bit like we did in the first exercise. Exhale, keep the chest up. Just look down towards the sternum. Inhale up. Imagine the head pivoting in the space between the ears. So the neck stays high, but the chin lifts. Exhale down. This time as we raise up, lift the chin, maybe we stay here. If you like, you can interlock the fingers and reach them above you, if that feels okay for the shoulders. And since the chin is up here, why don't we keep the neck lifted, but just drop the chin down. See how that feels for the neck and shoulders for some of you. And down. Release. We may or may not get invaded by a dog. Wait a sec. All good? Okay. My husband's in charge of keeping the kids and the dog out. Good. So let's just extend this movement now to the low back, the belly. We're just going to touch the floor, Uttanasana. So let's take the arms out, sweep down, bring the belly to the legs, let the knees bend as much as you need to, let the head drop, maybe come towards the knees for some of us. Inhale, extend the back, lengthen, 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 lengthen. Stay here, exhale, drop the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, all the way down, belly to the legs, let the back round, head down towards the knees. Inhale, reach out, reach up, 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 and back down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, stay standing. Pause here a moment. So we're going to do a little arm variation that I'm going to bring into a few postures. So we'll do it first here, and then we'll do it in the posture we just did. So when the arms come up, we're going to exhale the elbows down like a cactus. So notice the elbows are coming back, like you're going to imagine you're trying to bring them together behind you. So like my home state, Arizona, like a saguaro, okay? And then we inhale up, exhale down, okay? So we're gonna do this in a few postures. So we're gonna come into this posture, just watch for a moment. We're gonna come back into this posture. And then we're gonna come, I'm gonna call it halfway up. We wanna come up high enough that the back is engaged. So for some of us, it's a little bit higher. For some of us, it's lower. But you don't wanna lose this nice long back. So if the back starts to round, come up a little higher, lift the chest until you can feel that nice engagement through the whole spine. And we're gonna have the arms out. And then we can just do this cactus kind of thing from this sort of position, okay? So we're gonna work our way into that, but that's where we're going. So let's take the arms up. Come all the way down to the floor. We're gonna stay here in Uttanasana for a few breaths. You can hold on to the elbows if that feels good, or hold on to the legs. Maybe Padahastasana. So stretching out the back of the legs, the back of the spine, lengthening. And then inhale, arms wide apart, come halfway up. So feel the back engage, and then come down. So that was just a little check-in. Inhale, arms wide apart. Stay there, exhale. We're just gonna try one time. Inhale, arms come forward. Exhale, the cactus. Inhale, forward. This time, exhale all the way down. Okay, take a breath or two here. So be gentle with your back. If it feels very strong, come up higher, even if you're almost standing. So inhale. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, the cactus. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, the cactus. Inhale, extend forward. Exhale all the way down. Pause here, breathe, let the back relax and release. And we'll do one more round and hold that little cactus variation one more time. At any point, if you need to rest, just rest. Otherwise, join me. Inhale, arms apart. Stay here, exhale. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, the cactus. Inhale, forward. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, forward. Last time, cactus. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down. Stay here, breathing.
let the back release. If it feels tight, you can even do a little bit of massage. Otherwise, just let the back release, lengthen. And then nice and slowly,
we're going to come all the way back up. And pause. Feel that. So we're sort of making this transition, starting with the neck, the shoulders, upper back, chest, and maybe you felt a little bit the low back working here. Okay? So we're kind of waking up the whole body. So let's just go a little bit further down. We're going to do some side stretching. And we want to focus a little bit on how the pelvis is connected to the side of the body. So we'll start simply with the feet together. And we'll take the arms up, interlace the fingers, reach up, and just tilt down until you can feel a little bit of lengthening, stretching here. So you can do this by arching the back a little more, or you can do it by going further down. Don't overwork the back. And then come up. Try the other side. So you're looking for the sensation here. So you can round a little bit more. Inhale up. Exhale down to the other side. So we're just doing a couple rounds on each side. Inhale up. Exhale back. Look for this part here. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time to the other side. Okay. And come back up. Release the arms. Pause. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit deeper. We'll take the legs wider. Utthita Trikonasana. So we turn one foot out. I'm going to look at my watch here because I don't have my clock. I'm not bored, I promise. I just need to keep the time. So one foot out. Hips stay facing forward. So this hip is following that knee. Shoulder above that hip. Take the arms out wide. We have this little spiral that we make with the arms. So open the hands up. Keep the upper arm like it is. And just rotate the hand down. So there's a sensation of spiraling both arms. Just 4 times. We're going to exhale, touch the knee, and come up. Sort of warming up the core muscles. So touch the knee and up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Now we're going to do a gentle version of this. So we can keep the hand on the knee, let the knee bend a little bit here. Or maybe the elbow to the knee, depending on your body shape. And we're going to reach this arm up. And again, we want to look for this sensation here, like we're trying to stretch out of the pelvis, the side of the belly. So you can arch, turn a little bit more. You can arch this back, the side a little bit, or you can come down a little further, but really look for the sensation of opening up this area here. Reaching the arm over. The hand below just helps to hold the body weight so you can focus your attention more easily on the sensation here. So staying a few breaths. This back foot is firmly into the floor, feeling balance between the 2 sides of the foot. Breathing and opening now the lower part of the torso. Come out of the posture as you feel ready. Pause. Step the feet together a moment. And then we'll try the second side. So now the foot turns out to the other side. Again, keep the body in nice alignment here. Open the arms, create this spiraling sort of sensation. Just 4 times. Exhale down, touch the knee. Inhale up. Super, du darfst auch mitmachen. Exhale down. Musst aber Englisch üben. Inhale up. Right. Exhale down. Inhale up. Good. This time we come down. Can rest the hand on the knee or the elbow to the knee. Reach the arm over. And open now this side. Connection between the side of the torso and the pelvis. The foot pushes down towards the floor. Deep breathing. Maybe one more breath. Inhale up. Arms come down. One more time, feet together. Pause. Just as a nice transition, take the feet apart one more time. We'll slide the hands down. Bring the hands to the floor however you like. Head towards the floor, the knees bend as much as you need to. Stay here in the center. Take a few breaths. Lift the chest up now, extend the arms so you're engaging the back a little bit. And just take one hand and bring it over towards the opposite foot. See if you can bring the shoulder above the hand. Then the opposite shoulder, the upper shoulder lifts up, so the upper shoulder comes above the lower shoulder as much as possible. Stay here, breathing, twisting. Maybe reach the top arm up. And just to come back to attention in the head, let's inhale, look up at the hand. Exhale, look down. So just coming back again to the neck movement like we did standing. Exhale, looking down. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, down. Good. Breathing and just twisting the head. Then release, bring both hands to the center again. Take a little pause here. When you feel ready, we're going to take the other hand towards the opposite foot. See if you can bring the shoulder somewhere above the hand. It's fine if you move the hand more towards the center. Just see that you can find this leverage here. So this hand is helping facilitate the twist. Then the other shoulder above the lower shoulder. Stay here, breathe. Feel the posture, come into the twist. If you're building a little bit of a corona belly here, like some of us, you move it out of the way, has plenty of space. Inhale, reach that arm up, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale up, keep the throat open, nice smooth transition from inhale to exhale. No holding the breath right now. Just moving the neck, holding the posture. Using as little effort as possible and keeping the strength and stability at the same time. Then come back to the center. Come back to the forward fold, head towards the floor. And then nice and slowly, take the hands to the knees. Come up halfway. Then nice and slowly, come up all the way. Step the feet together and pause. So warming up, warming up, warming up. Let's do one more standing posture before we come towards the floor. Actually, we'll do two, but they're combined. So we'll do a kind of balancing posture. So choose which leg you're going to stand on first, left or right. Just think about which foot it is. So we're going to inhale both arms up. Whichever leg you're not standing on just comes behind you. You can point the toe, come down as deeply as you can without losing the line of the back. So don't let the back round or arch. Straight back, leg lifted. Inhale, come all the way up. And stay standing. Hands down. We'll do the same side. Inhale up. Exhale, the same foot comes behind you, still balancing on the first leg, down as deeply as you can, not more than parallel to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. Again, inhale up. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Pause here, all the way down. Okay, this time if you'd like, we can stay just about 2 or 3 breaths in that posture. You get extra credit if you want to add the cactus arm variation, okay? So inhale up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, reach the arms forward maybe, don't lose the arch. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, cactus arms. Maybe one more time, reach forward. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Pause. Feel the left and right side. So we'll do the other side now. And this is preparation for the final standing posture. So now we're going to switch sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, come down. Keep the back strong and long. Inhale up. Stay standing, hands down. Inhale up. Balance. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, stay standing, arms down. Inhale up. Balancing as far down as you comfortably can. Inhale up. Exhale, come down. So last round, if you want, you can do the arms. Otherwise, just stay for a few breaths. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, cactus. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Pause a moment, check it out. Notice where you feel that. Once you add the arms, changes the flavor of the posture a little bit. We'll do one more standing posture. Optional. Matthias looks finished, so it's optional.
Very good. No, it's very good.
Good. Okay, so we're going to do another standing posture. So come back to the first side and see if you can comfortably hold the foot behind you. So keep the knees relatively close. So there's a line here. The pelvis stays facing forward. Knees are aligned. You can bring the knee back Don't let it come out to the side. So you can hold something like a dancer kind of posture. If your balance feels strong today and your hip feels comfortable in this posture, you can even think of coming all the way to the floor, a little more graceful than me without falling.
If you come to the floor, head towards the knee. Otherwise, stay standing, arch the back, stretching through the front of the leg.
And then eventually, after a few breaths, you're going to gracefully come all the way back up. Release the posture and pause. Good. Second side. My first teacher always said second side is the easy side. I don't know if that's always true. So find your balance. Come into whatever version of the posture feels right. So stretching the hip, the leg, and the back leg. Let the knee follow the line of the hip. Don't let the knee come out to the side. Breathing, balancing. And eventually you're going to come back to standing. Release the posture and pause. And then when you feel ready, come down to the floor. We'll come on to the hands and knees. And maybe let's just begin with child's pose here. Sometimes these standing postures can trigger a little bit of foot cramping for some people. Some people's toes tend to grab. If you're feeling tightness in the soles of your feet, we can stretch out the feet a little bit too. Otherwise, you can just stay in the child's pose. Okay? So just let the energy sink now a little bit. Notice what you feel. So notice which parts of your body received some energy, some stimulation from what we've done. Notice if there's any sense of irritation or discomfort in the neck or the shoulders. So we want to try to alleviate that, but it may be a reality. So just notice what's there. So let's just come on to hands and knees. Do a little bit of cat-cow kind of movement. So first, just let the center of the back move up and move down with your breath. So you can choose, you can lift the back up on exhale or inhale, and then drop the center of the back down on inhale or exhale. Just move with the breath. Let the head follow the movement. So the center of the back goes down. Let the head come up. The hips turn up. Exhale or inhale. Let the head move in the opposite direction. And then we're going to do a little bit of Chakravakasana. So an important part of this movement, so we're going to round the back, bend the elbows, let the shoulders relax as we move back. And then inhale, let the front of the belly lengthen as we come forward. Exhale, elbows bend, head comes down, shoulders relax. And come up. So this is different than keeping the arms extended. keeping the shoulders engaged the whole time. That's also good, nothing wrong with that. This is just a little bit of a variation, letting the shoulders, the neck be a little softer as we come down. So just notice how that feels. Good. Then come back to the hands and knees. And then just move the hips back about halfway. Let the head drop. Shoulders drop. Notice what you feel in the back. And then let the hands walk forward a little bit, a little bit. Let the heart come towards the floor. Maybe the forehead to the floor. If this is too strong for the shoulders, take the shoulders wider apart. This might be too much of a stretch for the shoulders for some of us. Otherwise, if the shoulders feel fine, keep the arms next to the head. Let the heart move towards the floor. So you're sort of reversing the upper back roundness. The heart move towards the floor. Shoulder blades are coming together, arms extended in front of you. The lower back gets rounded because of the position of the hips moving back. So see what you can find there. So you're reversing the natural curve of the upper back just a little bit. And depending on your body, this will be a larger position or a smaller position. Arms reaching in front of you. Extend it out. Then come back to the hands and knees. Exhale, let's curl the toes under, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Inhale, come onto the hands and knees. Exhale, come back to childlike posture. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, hips up towards the ceiling, head down. Inhale, knees to the floor, nice and slowly. Exhale, Chakravarkasana, come back to the child pose. Just do that 3 more times with the rhythm of your own breath. Coming into the postures, slowly transitioning from one position to the other. Good. 2 more times. Beautiful. So this flowing sequences with down dog are often about balancing the chain of muscles in the front of the body and the back of the body. See if you can notice which muscles are supporting you as you flow in one direction or the other direction. When you've finished your 3 times, we're going to come to standing on the knees. So if you have a hard floor under you, you might want to take a blanket or something under the knees. So we're going to take one leg forward. And so we're going to do a little sequence here, like we often do in this class. We usually do it standing, so now we're going to do a version of it kneeling, this warrior-like movement. So choose, doesn't matter right or left, just one side. Whatever leg is in front, you're going to take the same hand and bring it to the knee. So you're going to inhale, bend the knee, come forward. So you're opening this whole side of the body, and this back hip is moving towards the floor as the chest lifts up. And then we're going to exhale, straighten the leg, bend forward, hand on this foot or ankle or the floor if you need stability. And then inhale, we're going to bend the knee, lift back up. Exhale, we're going to come back to the starting point, standing on that leg. So inhale, stretch, stretch back, bending, lengthening the front of the body. Exhale now, controlling the movement, balancing hand to the leg, head to the knee. Inhale, bend that knee, lift back up. Exhale, come to the starting position. Inhale, forward. Exhale, bending forward, head towards the knee, balance. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release the posture, come to the beginning. Inhale, one last round. Exhale. Inhale, back to the lift, and exhale. Good. Now we're going to come forward, maybe two hands up. Think of lifting this whole rib cage up towards the ceiling. Maybe some of you would feel nice with the hands between the shoulder blades, elbows high, lifting the chin. Open the front of the ribs as if each inhale is really opening through the front here. So we're going to work these back muscles, lifting and holding us up in the posture, naturally feeling some stretching in the hip, the leg. And then we're going to reverse what the back is doing. Release, come down. The back rounds. Maybe for some of you who want to feel the front leg stretching a little, lift the toes up on the front leg, head down towards the leg. Let the back round now, shoulder blades away from each other. Feel like each inhale is now lifting and expanding the lower rib cage, but now on the back side. Come out of the posture when you're ready. Come back now to standing on both knees. Pause for just a moment, feel the body. And then let's try the second side. All right? As you feel ready, we'll do the same thing. So we did 4 times dynamically, and then we stayed in each posture. So the front hand can go on the front leg. Inhale, reaching, 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 lifting this front, opening the front. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bending, lifting. Exhale, return to start. Inhale, reach forward, lift, open the chest. Exhale, straighten the leg, come down. Inhale, bend the knee, lift. Exhale, return. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale. Exhale, start beginning. Last round. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Release. Good. Now, both arms up. Lily, you're whispering, but we can still all hear you. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale, maybe the hands between the shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Remember feeling the front of the rib cage lifting, expanding, especially on inhale. Back of the upper back working, engaging, the low back, of course, working. And then reverse the spine, folding forward, maybe lifting the toes of the front leg, lengthening behind the front leg, head down. Pause here, breathing now deeply into the back. As you feel ready, we're gonna come out of the posture. Step the feet together or knees together. Pause, feel the body. Good. And let's lie down on the back. So just a nice transition here. Let's feel the cool floor below us. Feel the back, feel the neck, shoulders. Let the breath settle. Look for a feeling of ease in the body. And then let's keep the right foot on the floor, the sole of the right foot on the floor. And let's take the left knee towards us and take the left hand in the left kneecap, the knee pit. It's not really a good English word for that. So just behind the left knee with the left hand. The right hand comes to the floor next to the right hip. So as you inhale, take the heel of the left foot up and reach the right arm over, lie it down somewhere next to the head. Pull the toes back so the back of the leg lengthens. Exhale, you're going to drop the heel, take the hand back to the hip. So just do that with your own breath rhythm. Inhaling up, reaching, and exhaling down. Come back to the nice, smooth, deep inhale, open throat. After the inhale, the exhale comes naturally. If you notice with your breath that there tends to be a little tension, a little holding of the breath after inhale, we can give a little extra time after the exhale to let the breath be still and pause as if we're waiting. And then let the inhale come, till it can't come anymore. And then just let the exhale happen. And then eventually let's stay in the posture here. So keep the foot up. This hand, the purpose of this hand here is just to gently move the leg a little closer towards your body. So that'll get a little deeper here in the buttocks, the low back. With the foot itself, you can maybe point and flex. We did a lot of this last week in the post-hiking yoga practice. So feeling the lower leg and how it's connected with the ankle foot. Maybe kipping the foot, just tip it to one side so the little toes move towards the floor on the outside direction, or tipping the big toe towards the floor. So feeling the movement of the foot back and forth, or maybe making a whole circle with the foot. The same time, the whole leg is working, the hip flexor's working. Then release, bring the leg down, hand down, pause. And then we'll try the second side. So now the hand comes behind the knee. So right hand, right knee, left hand on the floor. Inhale, raise the foot up, raise the arm up next to the head. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Deep, smooth breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's do one more. Reach up, reach up, reach up. And release down. Let's stay a little bit here. So holding the foot up. First, we hold the position, just keep the toes pointed towards the face. The hand gently bringing the upper leg closer towards your body. Feeling the whole front of the leg engaged, extending. And then see if you can find a little movement in the ankle, first pointing and flexing so the lower leg is working front and back. Maybe turning the foot to one side, turning the foot in. Feel the outside of the leg or turning the foot out. Feeling the two sides of the lower leg. And then maybe a circle in one direction or both directions. Whole time, the leg working. Nice way to create some circulation in the hip, the pelvis, and the legs, of course. As you complete, just come down and rest. It's a nice little counter pose for this, so we get to stretch out these hip flexors now. We'll just come into the little bridged V Padapitam. So lengthening now through the front of the hips. Exhale, slowly come down, upper back, middle back, low back, sacrum. Keep moving the spine up and down. If you like, you can integrate movement of the arms. So those of you who've been doing my classes before can choose whichever variation you like. Sweeping the arms along the floor is a nice gentle support, mobilizes the shoulders. Or some of you prefer the arms forward and up, especially if our practice space is a little narrow. Otherwise, you can just keep the arms next to you as you pay more attention to the back of the body as it lowers down. And the front of the body as you lift up, arching. So be gentle with this posture. So if when you lift, you feel a lot of pressure on the neck, we're going to come up and hold the posture. And so if this posture feels a little uncomfortable with the neck and shoulders, don't lift so high. So it's not so much like an arch, it's more like a ramp, so a flat sort of belly. If it feels good for the shoulders, for the neck, you can lift a bit higher, maybe interlock the fingers behind you, maybe bring the feet a little closer to the body so you can lift a little higher. Just be respectful of your neck, your low back.
We'll just stay two more breaths. After your second breath, come down, pause here. See how you feel. So you can rest here. You can continue doing a more gentle dynamic movement in this little bridge. Or some of you, if it feels okay, you can bring the ankles a little closer to the body, maybe hold on to the ankles. Or you can lift up one more time and interlock the hands again under. And we'll just stay about 6 breaths here. Just be gentle with your neck and body. As you release, come down. Whenever it feels appropriate, you can bend the knees, bring them closer to your body so the low back can round. Hugging the knees or maybe a little bit from side to side. And then maybe let's do a little gentle twisting. Keep the soles of the feet on the floor and bring the feet a little wider apart than the hips, so about as wide as a yoga mat. And then as you feel ready, exhale, let the knees just come to one side. So this back shoulder doesn't have to stay on the floor. If your shoulder comes up, just make sure that there's not an arm sort of sticking up in the air. You can take the hand towards the hip or towards the floor, closer to the hip. Otherwise, if the shoulder's free enough, you can leave it close to the floor, keep the arm out to the side. I want to focus a little more on what's happening in the low body here, so we just let the shoulder come along as it needs to. Slowly inhaling back to the center, exhale, twisting, both knees towards the floor. If the head or neck feel like a gentle movement to one side or the other feels comfortable, feel free to just gently let the head roll. Good. So just loosening, mobilizing hips and maybe the neck as well. Good. And then from here, we're going to roll onto one side. Sit up and do a couple of seated postures here. First, we'll do Paschimottanasana, some version of it, both legs forward. You can sit on the bolster. So one of the ways we're going to do this movement is we're going to bring the belly all the way to the legs. So if you know already that keeping the legs straight makes it impossible for you to bring your belly down here, bend the knees or sit on a bolster. Matthias is on a bolster. He's become an expert at this. The knees are bent, the feet can be up or the feet can be down. So as you exhale, you're just coming down. Let the hands move towards the feet. Let the belly come to the legs. As you inhale, lift up the neck, pull away the shoulders, pull away the mid-back, pull away the low back. So as you straighten the legs, if you straighten the legs a little more, don't lose this. Lower belly, middle belly, chest, shoulders, head, all the way down. Inhale, back of the neck lifts, shoulders lift, middle back lifts, low back lifts. Good. And down. And one more time, up. And then let's stay in the posture. So we'll come down. Good. Hands don't need to hold on to the feet or anything else. Just feel like you can stay in the posture. Deep breathing. So as we come into this posture, you might notice if you breathe deeper, you might need to feel and access the back a little more. So feel like you're breathing into the middle upper back or maybe low back, wherever you feel a little bit of restriction. Just a couple of deep breaths. One more breath here. Come all the way up. Pause for just a moment. And then we're going to do a seated twist. So cross the legs in some way. If your hips allow you to come into sort of a half lotus sort of posture, you can do that. Otherwise, just sit with the legs crossed. If you're doing a half lotus, you're gonna use the top knee with the opposite arm. So we're gonna twist in that direction. Okay. And the hand behind you, you can bring it to the floor. If you can wrap around, hold on to a piece of cloth or your leg. Otherwise, keep the back hand firmly on the floor. So the shoulders are supporting, the arms are supporting the twist. This hand on the knee is gently guiding the body, but the twist is still coming from here, so we don't want to push it. So twist in the posture, begin by looking behind you. And then let's let the head turn forward as far as feels comfortable. So holding the twist and looking forward, breathing. Let the jaw be relaxed. As if each exhale, you can twist just about a half a centimeter more. With each inhale, you may feel like you untwist just a little bit. So exhale, return to the deep twist. And then as you feel ready, we'll release the posture. Let yourself unwind. Pause for a moment. And then we'll reverse it. So if you cross the legs in one direction, see if you can cross them in the opposite direction. It might feel a bit weird, but that's okay. If there's a half lotus type of thing, you can do that. Now take the other hand to the knee, the other hand behind you.
Stay here. Exhale, look behind you, twist. Then keep the twist and move the head looking forward. Stay here. Using the hands to gently hold the body in the twist. Jaw is relaxed, throat is relaxed. And slowly, slowly begin to release the posture. Back to the center, let the body unwind. Sit for a moment. So from here, we want to just let the body bend forward. So you can keep the legs like this if that's okay, or stretch the legs out again to Paschimottanasana, legs in front of you. And you're just going to come forward as much as you comfortably can. Let the back round, let the head drop, let the neck be long. Stretching out the back of the body in a symmetric way. Shoulders relaxed. Good. Okay, and when you're ready, you're going to come back to lying on the back. So just do a little transition here, preparing the body for a more restful posture. So first, just let's do Apanasana here. So this is exhale, bringing the knees towards you. Inhale, letting the knees move away so the hands stay on the knees. We're going to do a little movement with the head. So as you exhale, let the chin come down, or even you can lift the head and let it come towards the knees if that feels good. As you inhale, you can let the head back down, let the chin lift up, let the neck arch as the hands pull away from the shoulders. Exhale, either drop the chin as the knees come down or bring the head away from the floor towards the knees. I'm going to keep the head on the ground today. So inhale, neck arches. Exhale, the back of the neck flattens as the knees move towards you. Good. Let the feet come down when you're ready. One last posture. We're going to bring the knees, the ankles, the feet together. Just 1 second. Lily, 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 Lily. You're going to have to wait 15 minutes. Okay? You can stay here and wait quietly for 15 minutes, or you can go back out. What would you like to do? because this is the resting part. This is the part where we're all trying to rest a little bit. Would you like to rest with us? Okay. Lily's not going to rest with us. Okay. Parenthood is fantastic for your focus. So let's bring the knees, the ankles, feet together here. And this, we're going to use the little visualization I've been using this week with some students. So the movement is simple. The inhale, the knees come apart, opening to the side. Exhale, slowly, slowly bring the knees together, okay? So that's the movement. The image is going to be through the chakra points, through the center of the body. So with the inhale, you can visualize a golden light at the crown of the head. As you inhale, this light moves through the center of the body all the way to the pelvic floor as the knees move apart. As you exhale, this light moves up the center of the body, back to the crown of the head and out of the body. So the knees move as this light is moving down and up through the center of the body. So just try to keep that image as you move the knees. And then as you feel ready to rest in a more still position, you can stretch the legs out, or if your body needs any little support or movement before you rest, feel free to do that. If you can keep this image of the light moving from the crown of the head to the pelvic floor, you can continue to hold that image in your mind. As the breath moves up and down. So the difference between Shavasana and something like Yoga Nidra is just where your attention is. So as we do something like connecting an image of light with the flow of the breath, it's more in the direction of Yoga Nidra, type of meditation where the body relaxes. So you can use that image to keep the attention focused. And then eventually you can let that attention soften and let it begin to become a form of Shavasana, resting, deep resting, body and mind. Anamaya, pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya, anandamaya, meshajantam, jyotiraham, viraja vipapma, puya sagasvaha. Om Anamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, Meshajantam, Jyotiraham, Viraja Vipatma, Puya Sagasvaha. Om Anumaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, Meshajantam, Jyotiraham, Viraja Vipatma, Puya Sagasvaha. May my physical body, may my energetic body, my intellect, my personality, and every aspect of me become this golden light, pervasive through the whole universe, so that I may be purified and see things as they truly are. So as you feel ready, come back to sitting in your own time. So take your time, reawaken. And once we're all back to sitting together, we'll just take a moment of transition back out into life. So just take a moment and feel your body. Remember at the beginning, I asked you to feel all the different places in your body. And if you notice something felt a little tight or a little cold, just notice any of those places again and see if they're feeling any different. Notice maybe also the quality of your thoughts and emotions. And when you feel ready, you can bring the hands together in front of the heart, like they're touching for the first time. So feel the energy and the warmth between the hands. And as always, at the end of practice, any peace that we find, we sing a little song and we give that peace out to the whole world, the whole universe. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Thank you for your attention and energy and for showing up and doing the work. Enjoy the rest of your week. Hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.